So we finally got revealed the long-fabled Switch Pro. Or did we? Just the other day, Nintendo announced a brand new revision model of the Nintendo Switch, and it's called the OLED Switch. That's the name. So what is the OLED Switch, lots of people might ask? Well, does it run at a better frame rate? No. Is it more powerful? No. Does it have better Joy-Con? No. There's really no big difference at all besides the actual screen itself. It uses OLED glass compared to the original LCD touchscreen. Now, Nintendo has also posted a side-by-side what each Switch console does on their homepage. And it's funny that they put this up because 90% of the things are exactly the same. The play modes, they all play on TV, tabletop, and handheld. They're all compatible with all games. For some reason, the OLED model has 2 asterisks by it. I don't even know what that means. But the Joy-Con are, once again, exactly the same. The docks are pretty much the same. The only thing with the OLED model is it has a built-in LAN cable port. And the dimensions, they're pretty much the same. As far as the Switch itself, the only difference is it goes from 9.4 inches long to 9.5 inches long. It already works with the old dock too, so I don't even know why they decided to make it a 0.1 inch longer. But the weight is 93 pounds compared to the original 98 pounds. And this is with Joy-Cons attached. And it's probably because the screen is a little bigger. This is the really only big difference at all. You're getting a 7-inch OLED touchscreen compared to the original 6.2-inch LCD touchscreen. The storage is bumped up to 64 from 32, but really, I mean, I think most people in the world has already bumped their Switch up beyond 100, beyond 200 even, so this doesn't even matter for most people. And the battery life is exactly the same, 4.5 to 9 hours for both consoles. So you're really not getting anything too different. So now you can start to see why people are getting upset. People are very angry that this isn't, in fact, the Switch Pro that's been rumored for years and years, that we would finally get a new model of the Switch being very powerful, being able to put out almost 4K 60 frames per second on the TV and at least 1080 in handheld, but it looks like we are not getting that model, at least not yet, that seems. But my question is it almost like too late for this console? Let's talk about exactly the timeline we're in. We're approaching year 5 and 6 of the Nintendo Switch, which normally means time for a brand new console from Nintendo. But from leakers and from inside sources, we know that Nintendo is planning to run this Switch cycle a lot longer, probably 7 to 8 years, which is very obvious because the Switch is just a different console. It's a portable home hybrid, and it's something that Nintendo's probably never going to be able to one-up unless they just have a more powerful one, and that's probably what they're working on for the very next console. Leakers are still saying that the Switch Pro is still a thing, however, and they're saying that it's going to be a little bit longer until we see the thing, which is so weird that Nintendo's going to have so many different consoles out on the market. I don't think it's happening. This is what I think is actually going to happen. I think the Switch Pro is actually the very next generation of, gaming hardware for Nintendo. It's the next console, which I am worried is going to have a Wii U effect where many people are not going to buy it because they already own a Switch. What's the point? They'll say, I already have a Wii, why get a Wii U? And that's why the Wii U flopped so hard, because it felt like a Wii 2. Is Nintendo really going to do the Switch 2? I really don't know, and if they don't, where the heck do they go from here? I don't know. Nintendo has put themselves in a very strange situation, I believe, where things are just weird based on how they're releasing things. This OLED Switch probably should have been released a while ago, and maybe it was planned to, but COVID affected it, and that, clearly makes sense. But man, it's just kind of weird that they're coming out with this very bland version of the Switch when they could be having a brand new powerful version coming this holiday, but instead, nope. It just feels like these new Switches are just lesser versions of the Switch without making any quality of life improvements that we've really been asking for. For instance, the Switch Lite doesn't even come with Joy-Con, it's all built into one system, and it can't even run on the TV, so I'm sure lots of people still found use of it, but it's still a lesser system, and even the OLED doesn't seem like it's going to fix any problems that we've been having with the original Switch. There's no new style of Joy-Con or new reworking of Joy-Con, it's probably going to have drift again, the battery life is still bad, and there's still just problems that we've been having. They're not absolutely updating the Switch yet, and it's just kind of annoying that instead they're just trying to find a quick way to make a quick buck. I mean, they've even raised the price to this thing to $350 because of a new screen. That's really it. So it does feel like Nintendo has these half, thought up ideas, and instead of going all the way with a brand new console, they're just trying to find the best way to milk these things as far as they can. And it just, it's just not fun. I don't know, to me, what started off as being a revolutionary console with amazingly fun games and interesting ideas in year one in 2017 turned into more of a cash grab, half thought up ideas and lazy games in the last couple of years. It just seems like it's nothing but ports and just games that we've seen before and just more revisions of the, basic Switch that we've come to know and love that's not really changing anything drastically or fixing any problems that we've had. I don't know if you guys feel that same way. I mean, I'm sure the OLED screen and everything is going to look really nice, and the slightly bigger screen is probably going to be a lot better, and it probably will have a lot, glare resistance and stuff, so you can see it better, and the kickstand itself is a lot more improved, so there's things to look forward to with the console, but overall, it's just not the Switch Pro. But if you guys are interested in it, be interested in it. I don't think there's a reason why you shouldn't be. It's just like, I don't know, it just doesn't add enough for somebody to really want to dive into this thing, especially if Nintendo is still planning a Switch Pro in the next couple of years. But my only question still is how the save data works, because maybe most of you guys or some of you guys in the comments down below knows exactly, but I believe that there were still problems with, certain games transferring save data from one Switch to another. I could be wrong, but I thought for sure you couldn't transfer save data between Splatoon and, also Animal Crossing, for instance. I thought those games were kind of excluded from the cloud save data. I could be wrong, maybe that's with something else, but if that's the case, I don't even know why people would want to transfer over to a new revision of the Switch if they play lots of Animal Crossing or even Splatoon 2. I know Splatoon 3 is coming out, but still, I wouldn't want to give up all my progress and everything that I've done in that game, because I have done a lot of things within the campaign and 100%ing it and all kind of stuff like that. I don't know. It just seems like a lot of work for something that's not worth it. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below. Like I said, I might be wrong about this save data thing, but just kind of clarify to me. I don't know if you can, completely transfer every single game perfectly fine to another Switch and not have a problem, those games included. I don't know. But let me know in the comments down below. What do you think about this OLED version of the Switch? Do you think it's going to be, really fun to use? Do you think they're going to have other kind of, different updates with the console itself to make it better? I don't know. I don't have the thing in my hand right now, so I can't give it a full review. But let me know in the comments down below what you think and if you're excited about this console or not. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. And if you enjoyed today's video, make sure you leave a like and subscribe to stay up to date on all things Nintendo all the time. Thank you so much for tuning in. And like always, I'll see you on the next one. See you guys.